Welcome everybody. My name is Joseph Moses. I'm from Akamai, and I'm here today to talk to you about Akamai's product line generally, but specifically I want to talk to you about the Kona Security Solutions. Now you're familiar with Akamai probably because we do a lot of work on the internet. We help accelerate the internet. We help improve the performance of applications, video, B2B, B2C transactions, as well as provide monitoring services and security services. And that's what I'd like to focus on today is the Kona Security Services. There are approximately 6 components of the security solutions that we offer, but due to the time limitations, I'm only going to focus on 2 of them, the Kona Site Defender and the Web Application Firewall services that we provide. Now, when you think about security, it's often that the concept of a castle and the layers of defense of a castle come to mind. You know that with a castle, you have walls and you have outer towers and maybe a barbican, which are fortifications outside of your enterprise, where you live, where the king is. Of course, if they are to get past the walls, the outer walls, there's usually a moat, right? There's a moat that's going to stop you. And if they get past the water, get past the moat, of course you've got your inner towers, you've got archers, you've got pikemen with spears, you've got boiling water, you've got hot oil. And this is just a number of layers that any kind of adversary is going to have to try to get through before they can get to the king, get to the treasure in your enterprise, in your castle, right? Your business, think of it as your castle. You need to protect your business, which more and more of the business today is being done on the internet. So, I want to update that metaphor because I know the castle metaphor, sometimes people say, well, they invented gunpowder, so all those rules go away. So let's think about it in today's environment. You got a burglar who breaks into your house. Now, if he's gotten this far, it's pretty late to stop this guy, right? He's already in your house, in your castle, for instance. I mean, what can you do? There's very limited things you can do. You can call the police and wait. Maybe you have a security company that might respond. You could fight the guy off yourself, but maybe you don't have a gun. Right? It's very difficult. Now you're dealing with a life and death situation with a burglar, with an intruder, or maybe you're sleeping. You don't even know the burglar's there. What's there to do? How do we stop these bad guys from ever even getting to your house? Well, what if you could identify the threat, the burglar, while he's still in traffic? All right, pun intended, right? Internet traffic. When the burglar's still in traffic, we see the bad guy, he's just left his house, he's on the superhighway, we've identified him, we've tracked him down, and we've arrested him. The traffic threat has been arrested or stopped, right? Another word for arrested is stopped. You've stopped the bad guy, you've stopped the bad traffic. Now that is the unique capability that Akamai brings to the table, not only on web acceleration and content delivery, but in security also, because we've got thousands of servers, Akamai servers, at the edge of the network. We are literally, and most of the time, we're one hop away for end users. We're one hop away for your customers. And we're also one hop away from the bad guys. So we're going to see that traffic early. We'll be able to intercept it, mitigate it, and stop it. Therefore, preserving your infrastructure, you're not even aware of it. And the great thing about this, Akamai has such tremendous bandwidth capabilities that any of these denial of service attacks don't affect us. We have so much capacity that we're able to continue to keep your site up without the bad guys getting in. And the great thing about this is that we listen to the chatter that these bad guys are in chat rooms and whatnot, we hear what they say. And they say, hey, this target that we're thinking about going after, oh, we found out that it's protected by Akamai. We're going to go someplace else. And prevention is worth so much more than defense, right? If you can prevent the attack in the first place, you've already won the battle, right? And that's what Akamai brings to the table. Sure, you're going to have your own infrastructure, security and whatnot, but if your pipes are clogged, you're down. And the Kona denial of service prevention that this provides stops that from happening. The Kona Site Defender is what we call it. And as you can see, because the Akamai edge servers are right there, one hop away from your end users, from your customers, and the bad guys, we see that traffic early. We're able to detect it, identify it, and drop it, and block that traffic from getting to your servers. And that is, in a nutshell, what the Kona Site Defender does. It stops these denial of service attacks. Now, I want to talk about web application security. When we talk about that, I like to call them the usual suspects, right? The OWASP, the Open Web Application Security Project, issues that need to be defended against: SQL injection, cross-site scripting, cookie poisoning, XML security, and additional known and unknown attacks. With the Akamai Web Application Server, we're able to see those requests early at the edge, and we're able to block them. We're also able to defend you against other attacks: the low orbit ion cannon, the high orbit ion cannon, Hulk, Dirt Jumper, NetSparker, the Apache Bench and WebHive. All of these different attacks, which are becoming more and more sophisticated, we're able to see, detect, and stop. So oftentimes, networking guys don't work well with application guys, and there's always an issue with, hey, it's a web problem, or it's an application problem, or it's a network problem. This helps eliminate some of those issues, not all of them, but definitely eliminates these known issues and unknown issues. We can stop them before they even get to your infrastructure. That is the Web Application Firewall from Akamai. And as you can see, we're on the edge of the internet. We're at the edge, and we're seeing these attacks. We're able to stop them, mitigate them, block them. And that's providing you web, layer 7 application security for your applications and whatnot. Now, we work with your own infrastructure. You can have your own IDS, IPS, network scanning. You're going to have that anyways. You may even have your own web application firewall. That's fine. But again, if you don't use the Akamai security system, it's very easy for these attacks to overwhelm your pipe. You don't have a big enough pipe to stop these. It's just too expensive. It's going to be a lot easier, a lot more, it's a lot more strategic. You want to be strategic. You don't want to be tactical. Tactical is when the guy's inside your house. Strategic is you stop the bad guy when he leaves his house, before he's even anywhere near you. And that's what the Web Application Firewall service from Akamai does for you. Protects your application. And the Kona, the other product I talked about, stops the denial of service. And I believe that these are the two most critical services that you need to have for your infrastructure, your web infrastructure, to remain not only competitive, but to remain up and to keep your site responding quickly. I want to thank you for your time, and I open the floor to any questions.